से सफाई तेरी। आज प्यारों की मुलाकात गनीमत जानो, रोने की रात गनीमत जानो। देखती क्या है कि सोहे बेइस्मत बीबी, रन के मैदान में सरपीट तिरोती है खरी। जारती खाक परी फिरती है उस जंगल की। आस्ती से कभी दामा से और अश्कों से कभी, अपने बालों से पुहारिए ज़मीं कर के ये बैठ, कल इसी खाक पे सोएगा मेरा हाय हुसैन। जब सुनी ज़ैनब बेकस ने ये आहोज़ारी, रो उठी ख्वाब में बेचैन हुई अखबारी। फिर लगी पूछने रो रो के ऐ दुखी यारी, मुझसे कुछ तू भी नजर आती है गम की मारी। क्या तेरा नाम है और किस लिए चिल्लाती है। तेरे रोने से मेरी छाती फटी जाती है। बोली क्या पूछती है नाम तो गुमनामों का, दाग फर्जंदे जलता है कलेजा मेरा। बाग जन्नत से ये दाग मुझे ले आया। माँ हूँ शब्बीर की मैं, नाम मेरा है ज़हरा। क्या नहीं जानती ज़ैनब तेरी मादर हूँ मैं, ज़ौजे शेर खुदा बिनते पैगंबर हूँ मैं। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम।
मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सलावत। याद आई न तुम्हें फातिमा सुगरा बाबा, करबला जा के हमें भूल गए क्या बाबा। हाय किसका गिला किसकी शिकायत लिखूं। हाय किसका गिला किसकी शिकायत लिखूं। एक नामा तो किसी ने भी न लिखा बाबा, याद आई न तुम्हें पा होगा। अब तो असगर भी मेरा घुटनियों चलता होगा। मेरे जानिब से गले जैसे लगाना बाबा, मैं तरपती ही तरपती ही गुजर जाऊंगी। मैं तरपती ही तरपती ही गुजर जाऊंगी। अब जो आना तो मेरी कब्र पे आना बाबा, याद आई न तुम्हें फातिमा सुगरा बाबा। मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलवात। मोहम्मद सलवात।
Bawa sebulan semua.
कहाँ तलाश करे अपने लाल को, कहाँ तलाश करे अपने लाल को। जंगल में मार डाला है ज़हरा, रोती है सब मिल के बीबियाँ, ज़ैनब के साथ रोती हैं सब मिल के बीबियाँ। जब देखती थी रोज वो वक्ते ज़वाल को, बहनों कहाँ तलाश। अरे शबीर ला रहे हैं, मैदान से देखिए है शबीर ला रहे हैं। मैदान से देखिए अपने ज़ईफ़ कांधों पे अठारह साल को बानों कहाँ तलाश करे अपने लाल को। जंगल में मार डाला है। सलवात।
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله علي ولي الله وسيء رسول الله. ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله السميع العليم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون. ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى لقاء يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه الحكيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين. صلوات محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Tonight is the 10th lecture of our this Ashura Muharram. We extend our condolences to Rasulullah, the household of Rasulullah, and the master of our time, Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajah. For the aza of his great grandfather, Abi Abdullah al-Hussein, Ruhi wa Arwah al-Alameen al Fida. Alhamdulillah, we had the tawfiq to discuss few topics And my intention was to give you many hadith and ayat because randomly chosen topics may disappear from our memory, but ayat and hadith, they last quite long. Plus, it's our duty as muballigh, Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, almost everybody, they have a beautiful hadith, which is the best presentation of the code for muballigh. Imam says, and I mean exactly to the Imam Rida alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, rahimallahu habdan ahya amrana. May Allah have mercy on the servant who revives our school of thought for our mission. Ravi says, I asked him, Kaifa yuhyi amrakum? How does he renew your mission? And you have to do that, how to put that in practice. Imam said, يَتَعَلَّمُ عُلُومَنَا وَيُعَلِّمُهَا النَّاسِ. 2 stages. He learns our sciences, our ulum, and then he teaches to people. وَلَوْ عَلِمَ النَّاسُ مَحَاسِنَ كَلَامِنَا لَاتَّبَعُونَا. Look what Imam says. If people know the beauty of our kalam, our discourse, what have we said? If we don't add and decrease from the Ma'sumin's words, it has a unique impact. Imam said, لَاتَّبَعُونَا. People will come follow us. This is the power in the words of Ma'sumin. We all know words are power. And that is exactly Imam telling us about 1300 years ago. That if you present to people what we have said, not what you think, not what came to your mind, not you thought I have come up to a point no one has ever mentioned. No, there's nothing which Ahl Bayt did not mention. It's just that you don't know. So this is basically what it means. That present our views, present our words to people. And if you do that, because there's a caveat, Rasulullah said to Ya Ali, Afatul Hadith al-Kadhib. The difficulty or calamity of hadith is lying. Could be intentional, could be unintentional. People forget, they were overwhelmed, they added something, or they reduced something from hadith. This is the afat of hadith. A test for anybody who reports from Rasulullah or Imams. You must report exactly what hadith says. Regardless of you like it or you don't. Maybe if you don't see it befitting in the crowd you are, the majlis of people you are, don't report it. Easy as that. Today I want to speak about a very commonly challenged topic. That is how to connect to God. How to connect with Allah. I did not choose the exact ayah which is basically the backbone of my discussion. I chose another one. Why? Because I want to just mention one thing, one remedy, one solution Allah has given to us to connect with Him. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, faithful, ista'inu bis sabri was salah. Seek help or assistance from 2 things. Number 1, patience. Number 2, salah, prayer. Inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. And remember, in Islam, people normally they take patience in opposite way. They think opposite is a passive quality. No, opposite to this. Patience, being sabir, is an active attribute of a human being. Or at least what Islam means. And I'm saying from the hadith. Now I gotta move on. Why? How to connect to God? Remember, we human beings are a compound of 2 main elements. Number 1, our physical body, and number 2, our soul. I don't know how much I have to, emphasize on this. We are made of a body and a soul. Soul has a divine side, body has animalistic side. What do I mean? Soul has its own requirements. Physical body has its own requirements. They're totally different. It's a miracle of Allah when He created Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, even angels, they saw, yasfiqud dima'a. This combination you are creating, oh Allah, the all-wise. It's going to collapse. It's going to cause bloodshed on earth because this ruh is soft, delicate, out of wisdom creation. And this physical body you are created from clay, it will create facade on earth. You know the famous ayah. It's going to create bloodshed and facade. And they were right. Why? Because the hardest challenge of humans is to keep a balance between our ruh and our body. If I can communicate this, how to put, Allah miraculously did combine our body and ruh. But He warned us, yes, alunaka ani ruh, people they question you about ruh. It's min ruh, ar-ruh min amri rabbi, ma utitum min al-ilmi illa qalila is what I want to say. You have very little, tiny bit knowledge of ruh. Don't enter into the valley of learning about ruh or giving your opinion. Something when Allah declares it's beyond our perception, beyond our apprehension. Why touch something I cannot even comprehend? So leave it alone. Just trust Rasulullah and Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. Now up to here. Let me personify it easier. What is the most essential need you think for our body, physical body, without which we cannot survive? Say it, please. Water. Water. How about blood? Did I hear somebody saying air? That's what I want, oxygen. For water, maybe I can survive 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Many people, may God protect everybody from the earthquake, collapsed buildings. They dug out people after a week. And I was amazed. You know the news. I have lots to say, so let me come back. Oxygen, I personally, I cannot survive more than a minute. I cannot. Maybe other people, maybe the longest someone can hold their breath, maybe 3 minutes, 10 minutes. But we need to breathe. This is the basic, the basic need of our body, the most essential, right? Oxygen. Likewise, my dear brothers and sisters, our heart needs oxygen, spiritual oxygen. And this is where normally people collapse. They fail. That, trip. You know what I mean by this? Because our body is tangible, physical. I can see, I can feel everything. My senses, they are my guide without thinking. As soon as I touch something hot, reflex action helps me remove my hand automatically. I don't need to even think that this thing is heat and you got to remove your hand, it's going to burn, No, I don't need to do that. It's automated within my body. Why is that? Did you ever pay attention? How about our ruh? That is what I want to speak about. Because if I can connect my body to my ruh within myself, then I will be able to connect with Allah Jalla Shana. Like my body needs oxygen, likewise our heart, our soul, our ruh needs spiritual oxygen. That is different than what our body consumes. Body's oxygen and heart's oxygen, which heart, ilmi akhlaq, ruh, same thing. So don't be tricked. Heart, mind, soul, one thing in ilmi akhlaq. Qalb in a hadith is meant our soul. Now, if so then what is the oxygen of my heart then? That'll be the question, right? If I know the oxygen is required, I need oxygen for my body. And you are saying my heart also needs oxygen. You call it, spiritual oxygen, you call it divine oxygen, you call it mystical oxygen, whatever you want to say, but it needs food. Our ruh has much, much stronger attachment hunger than our body. We may be able, with exercise, to suppress our body's needs. And you call it a life, and do you have a wife? Poor soul, wife also works. Then what? More trouble. No bread in the fridge. I told you to do groceries. Oh, I thought you were going to do it. None of them did it. Spiritual food, oxygen of heart. I hope I'm connecting your minds to this. Please have a salawat. Yeah. We have a word in Arabic sometimes, Ma'asumin, they say, why hak? Have you heard this word? You will often see this in a hadith. Why hak? Woe to you. Afsos hai tum par, as we say in Urdu. This is not a disrespectful word. It is that, oh, I'm so worried about you. You are doing something really bad. You are not doing what you are supposed to. Early in the morning, vow on us who do this. If you don't do, I salute you. May Allah give you more strength to stay put. News feed, contact list, I don't know, messages, I don't know, emails, whatever. That is your feed for your body. And there's another side of it. If it is to do with some materialistic thing, your ruh will follow the body desires and it will join it in the materialistic side. It will stay secular. It won't ascend. So your news feed, let's say, or your contacts, whatever messages are there, that is your, let's say, food. Whatever food goes in, that is what will grow in your amal or reflected in your amal. Please pay attention. These words are quite simple, but I'm going to take you to a very, very practical and important message today. If I can connect, I hope it's going to benefit us for the sake of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. My news feed was, let's say, astaghfirullah, about a movie. Oh, what's going on today, buddy? Oh, dude, brother, so and so, whatever I call my contact. Yeah, in today's language, what's up? This sounds, you use this word, sup. I mean, adapt any lifestyle. But first of all, you're a believer. Say, Assalamu alaikum. Sup. Sup. What is this? Right? Newsfeed, if spiritual. There's a newsfeed in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I found this amazing hadith today. It was amazing. You remember the other day you were discussing? It's on my phone. I'm reading. Someone else has sent me. The other day, you were saying, I don't remember, where is that hadith? I found it. Here it is. What will that do psychologically? You tell me. It will make my day. All day long, that will stay in my head. And if I do, or if I go an extra mile, I keep my phone shut, I pick up Quran Kareem, I read 2 pages. You tell me, what is that going to do? What is going to be the impact? How is that recitation of 2 pages of Quran is going to reflect itself in my lifestyle? 100% huge impact. Number one, when I'm driving, I won't be looking at any irrelevant billboards. Isn't it? Because the nur of Quran is in my heart. It has impacted my soul. It has refreshed it. It has energized it. It has re-energized my iman, rather. Given me more strength. It has connected my heart with Allah Jalla Shanu's mercy. And I'm now receiving continuously without any packets, as we have data packets in our wireless connection. Nothing is hindrance, and connectivity is 100%. And I'm receiving the blessings of Allah Jalla Shan. That walks into the very first way of connecting to God. Allah bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Dhikr of Allah is the one which gives us comfort and peace of mind. So if you want to connect with Allah, come to the word of Allah. Utter the words of Allah. Imam Sadiq says a mu'min should always recite every day at least 50 ayat. The Quran, Imam says, is a covenant between you and your Creator. At least read what He has put in there. What are the conditions? What are the do's and don'ts? And what are those, which apply? What are those which doesn't apply to you? Are we doing that? My question is, if we do that, how strong will be our connection with our Creator, who is in every surah announcing, proclaiming, Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. I'm Rahman, I'm Rahim, I'm Rahman, I'm Rahim. Now let me move to the next step. وَقَالَ, within that Quran, Allah says, قَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Lord has said, you call me, give me a call, text me, DM, direct message to me, and I will answer. Astajib lakum. Imam Ali said, somebody, an honorable person like Allah Jalla Shanu, when he calls you, invites you to call him, how can he deny your wish? You tell me. A buzurg, and normally, our elder, when he says, you know what, you do this, I'll give that to you. They don't violate their word even it's not a promise. They just said it. And they make it happen what they said. And now when Allah Jalla Shanu is saying, how can he violate his word? And he is telling, قَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ud'uni, do dua to me. أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ, I will give you istijabat of your dua. What else someone needs better than this to connect with his God? You tell me. I can wait 10 seconds. Wonder how strong is the connection Allah Jalla Shanu has planned to build. And then look at the beauty of masterpiece in Quran. Comes from Allah Jalla Shanu in Surah Baqarah. إِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي, when my ibad question you, O Muhammad, regarding me, inni qareeb, tell them I'm very near to them. I'm qareeb to you. I can't see Allah. We cannot call him. We cannot connect him. But Rasulullah can speak to Hazrat Jibreel. He went on one-on-one mulaqat. He can do many things beyond our perception. That's why Allah is asking Rasulullah, oh Rasulullah, tell them, إِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي, when my servants, they ask you about me, tell them I'm very close to you. Ujibu da'wata da'i idha da'ani. I answer the call of the caller when they make me a call. They give me a call. You give me a ring, I'll pick it up. Not only I'll pick it up, I'll answer it. You don't need to even go to my answering machine. This is how Allah is Ra'uf Rahim. And Ma'ati and Jawad and Fayyad, all generous. You tell me somebody like Allah Jalla Shanu himself says, وَمَنْ أَصْدَقُ مِنَ اللَّهِ قِيلًا, who is more truthful than Allah when he has set this rule of him that you call me, I'll answer you. And invites Amr, it's the Amr, ud'uni, give me a call, do invoke me, I will accept it, I'll answer it. Now still somebody who is mu'min, a believer, they still say, I don't know how to connect to God. Now let me give you the opposite side. Why don't we, many a times we are not able to connect to Allah Jalla Shah. Now thousands of hadiths, ilm akhlaq go there. Bahth qalb. Hadith says, the first enemy of our connection, which disconnects us from Allah Jalla Shah, is what? Sin. When we commit sin, hadith says a dot appears in our heart. Our heart is pure Nurani, light. Imam says, then the hadith goes back to Rasul. All of the Imams, they have said this hadith. Rasulullah has said this hadith. When we commit a sin, a small black dot appears on the slate of our heart. When we do tawbah, oh, I made a mistake, wrong. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Wallah, forgive me, I won't repeat it. That dot is cleaned. Slate paak ho jati hai, it's deleted. Heart becomes intact, pure, connects with 100% reception. But Rasulullah said, if the sinner keeps on repeating the sin, the dots start appearing on the heart. And if the sinner does not do tawbah, does not stop from what he's doing or she's doing, the darkness spreads in such a way in the heart, to the extent that now there's no place left in the poor heart to take any more black dots. And then what's happened, Ya Rasulullah? He knows this. He knows our anatomy. He knows our build. He knows our soul. He knows everything. Look how clearly he says. Then that heart capsizes, upside down, turns over. Whatever, hikmat, akhlaq, deen, haya, modest, whatever you tell them, that heart won't accept. Why, Ya Rasulullah? Because it's upside down. Whatever is going, it's repelling it, it's throwing it away. It's not going in. Are you paying attention? Another example, a beautiful analogy. Eighth Imam says, Shaitan has a proboscis, a snout like a dog. Threatening hadith. He puts his snout on the heart of human beings. Pay attention how Masumeen has personified these meanings for us. He says, Shaitan pierces his snout into our heart, and then he starts throwing in his doubts. Yushakkiku, puts his doubts. Bilwaswatiya, puts his temptations. You're going to waste 5 minutes for salah. Well, let me start with Fajr. Other hadith says when Mu'min it's Fajr Salah time, Mu'min wakes up. There are two entities working on a Mu'min. An angel is appointed and a shaitan is appointed. Angel whispers, it's Salah time, get up, earn the mercy of your God. He has so many promises for you. Go ahead, earn it. Offer Salah. Shaitan comes in, it is still, let's say, 4:10, it's too early. Yeah, but he won't say no. Yeah, it's come on, man. Sleep, you had a long day. You worked so hard. You had a 12-hour shift. Put your alarm on 4:30. Then when 4:30 arrives, come on, man, it is still. The tulu time is 5:53. It is Shaitan tempting the person. Hadith exactly is like this. He sets stages. If first time he's not in my guide, I'll put the other trap. If that trap doesn't work, put the next trap. Put yourself on 5, man. It's okay. There's 50 minutes. You're easily going to make your wudu in 5 minutes. After your salah in 3 minutes, you're good to go. What happens is Abd keeps on sleeping, and the namaz time finishes. It's qadha now. Are you paying attention? This is what Imam says. وَيَأْتِيهِ بِالْوَسْوَسِيَّةِ عَلَىٰ قَلْبِهِ يُشَكِّكُهُ فِي رَبِّهِ. Even worse. Then when succeeds Shaitan at the first point, then says, you don't need to offer salah for your Rabb even. Puts doubt about Rabb in the heart of human beings. This is the result. A beautiful story to prove this. Remember, hadith after hadith, hadith after hadith. We have this knowledge from Ahlul Bayt. Why should I be presenting my maybe correct or wrong opinions to you? But this word, these words of Masumeen, inshallah, I hope they're going to stay in your heart much, much longer. They have their own nur. Imam Sadiq, Imam King, Mus'ab. He says, I have heard you have given a ruling that somebody who is a deserter of salah is kafir, and somebody who is an adulterer, you didn't say he's a kafir. How is that? Are you paying attention? Look, this is the Al-Masum. Somebody who abandons salah, tariqus salah, you say he's gonna be kafir. And somebody who is a zani, na'udhu billah, you didn't give fatwa of kufr for him. How is that? Pay attention what Masum said. Imam said an adulterer, he's overwhelmed by his desires, his instinct, goes, commits the sin. There are chances he will do tawbah, he will rethink when that, thing goes away, that situation, that certain state which happens, befalls people. And under that influence, you call it instinct, you call it desire, you call it whatever it is. It is basically ghariza, an instinct, right? Allah has put it in us. It's undeniable instinct. But we are supposed to control it and act accordingly, according to the laws of Allah Jalla Shanu. Imam says that person does not deny God himself, the worship of himself. But somebody who leaves the salah has no desire besides it, no reason. He's basically challenging the prayer to Allah Jalla Shanu. And he will lead to basically leave Islam. Are you paying attention? How true is that? When people, they desert salah, is there any, incentive or motive behind it? No. They simply say, astaghfirullah, I don't care about salah. I don't need to offer salah. Allah is very forgiving, isn't it? So then what are those commands in the Quran? Aqimu salata wa atu zakah warka'u ma'ar raki'in. Or in alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa aqamu salata wa atawu zakata lahum ajruhum inda rabbihim la khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun. Those who accepted faith and did righteous deeds and offered salah, maintained their salah, and then they gave zakat, they will have no fear, nor they will grieve. This is the set law of Allah Jalla Shanu. This person who is basically taking salah light or undervaluing it, he's basically like not convinced of any value for salah. When he's doing with salah like this, how he's going to treat other rituals in Islam. Now you understand how things go gradually in Islam? Please have a salawat. Dear brothers, salah is one of the most effective tools. I'm going to leave the other methods, other ways to connect with Allah alone. Quran Kareem, Hubb Ahl Bayt, Marifat of Allah is on top. Quite challenging topic, so I won't touch it tonight. Marifat is on top of everything. Salah is next because salah is tangible, physical. And to keep me put, to keep me in line, to keep me always connected with my Creator, I'm commanded to offer salah 5 times a day because I am insan, which is near to nisyan, forgetfulness. Allah does not allow me to forget Him. Allah wants me to always say, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. Keep me on this path. Keep me. When you are saying 5 times a day, keep me on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Keep me on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Which Sirat al-Mustaqim? الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ غَيْرِ الْإِلَىٰ. That Sirat al-Mustaqim, keep me on that. Now you tell me, how is this going to impact? Let me give you a beautiful story. When salah is grounded in our heart, when we offer salah the way we are supposed to be, this is what happens. Imam Ali in Safin, Battle of Safin, an arrow is stuck in his leg, in his shank, goes through the tendon, and it has lots of pain. Somebody like Imam Ali is not allowing people to pull out the arrow. Lots of pain. I got lots of pain. Somebody said, wait, leave him alone. Let this salah time come. Yeah. Let this salah time come, then we will take the arrow out. Imam says his takbiratul ihram for salah, Allahu Akbar. And they just simply, pull the arrow out of it. Nothing happens. Imam continues the salah. What happens? What happened basically? I quoted you, I guess, a couple of days ago. لو وضع إيمان علي بن أبي طالب في كفة ميزان ووضعت السماوات والأرض في كفة آخر لرجح إيمان علي بن أبي طالب. If all the heavens and earth is put in one span of a scale, and Iman of alone Ali ibn Abi Talib is put in the other, Iman of Abu Talib, son of Abu Talib, will outweigh all these samawat and earth. Yani, so what's the point? With that concrete rock Iman, when Imam said Allahu Akbar, we know that for Hadith says, As-salatu amududdin. Our salah is the pillar of our religion. Please pay attention. Salah is pillar of religion. And then another Hadith says, As-salah mi'rajul mu'min. Salah is the mi'raj of mu'min. And Imam Ali is offering salah, except Rasulullah. Who can offer a perfect, complete salah better than him? So that salah should be mi'raj. Ayatollah Jawadi Amuli, a very great explanation on this hadith. He writes and I report. He says when Imam Ali says takbir, now his body and his mind and his soul, they're all connected to Allah Jalla Shanu, and they ascend to ascension. They go to mi'raj of Allah. Now when Imam is in the ikhtiyar of Allah at the state of salah, his soul strong, his connection is with Allah 100%. Now, when he's offering his salah, his body, his mind, and everything is with Allah. What do I mean? Ayatollah Jawadi says that Allah Jalla Shan, when offers his takbir, accepts and receives the amal of person, abd. right? The salah of Imam Ali was being received by Allah. When Imam Ali is noticing Allah Jalla Shanu is in connection, let me throw in another hadith. Rasulullah says to Hazrat Abu Dharr radwanullah, O Abu Dharr, Abdullah ka an if you think you are not focused, you have heard the hadith, right? Look at the level when Imam Ali is offering salah 100%. He's offering with this much focus and present heart that I am seeing Allah with my eyes when he's seeing Allah. How azim is Allah Jalla Sha'anu, and how teeny tiny bit is the pain of Ali. How could you leave Allah Jalla Sha'anu's azamat alone and just pay attention to his lowly pain? Allah Akbar. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. Ya Ali. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Dear brothers, did you pay attention? What happened? Imam Ali has pure connection and is teaching us, if I, Ali, as a follower, as a student of Rasulullah, if I can do that, 100% you can also do that. Sure, not up to the level of my sincerity, my ikhlas, not up to the level of my focus and present heart, hudur qalb, but remember, we can emulate many things from Ahlul Bayt. Of course, not to their level, but at least to some level. And when we practice it every day, we reach to the place when Imam says that, al-amal al-ibqa'u al-amal shaddun min al-amal. Until what? Hatta yakhlos. Keep on repeating your amal. Keep on doing it until it becomes pure, sincere for Allah Jalla Shanu only. And when you reach to that, Imam said, then your tougher mission starts. That is to keep on doing that, maintenance of that amal. That is the afat of amal. I could be, let's say, I was best at something 10 years ago. Then I stopped doing it. Now I have forgotten it. I don't know how to do it again. Are you paying attention? This is the philosophy of 5 times salah. Because when we go out there in this world, it's kind of a battlefield I'm entering. And as I said in the beginning, like my body needs oxygen, my heart also needs spiritual oxygen. And my spiritual oxygen is my haya. Pay attention, my modesty, my taqwa, my ilm, my yaqeen, my i'timad in Allah, my trust, how much I trust Allah Jalla Shan. And if I don't have these, if my body, sometimes we deprive ourselves from this spiritual oxygen by doing what? By not reciting Quran, by not offering salah. What does that mean? It means to enter this battlefield of, fasad akhlaqi and fasad aqidati. And it's unlimited. To enter in the battlefield without having any oxygen, what will happen? You're not gonna last more than a minute. You're gonna give in to shaitan, right? That's what happening. And then you shakke ko fi rabbi. Then the person will even doubt Allah Jalla. Has Allah said so or not? There's nothing such thing. No such thing. I'll do whatever I desire, whatever pleases me. This is exactly what's going on right now. Do we want to do this? And if you tell that person, oh, these are the way to connect with Allah, I don't connect that way. It doesn't work for me. Because you have a qalb warune, a capsized heart. Doesn't enter any hikmat in it. Does not accept any advice or admonishment. Nothing will happen. Even Rasulullah can't help. Abu Jahl, he used to see Rasulullah. He used to notice the miracles of Rasulullah with his own eyes, but won't accept because has a darkened heart, a blackened heart, never accepts any haqq and truth and never allows truth to enter it. As Allah says, Sawa'un alayhim anzartahum am lam tunzirhum la yu'minun. It's equal. You warn them or you leave them alone, they're not going to accept iman. Please have a salawat. Salli. You get the message, dear brothers and sisters. This is how it is. Every single word I said, it has amazing meanings in our beautiful religion. Let's say trust. Ayatollah Jafar Kashiful Ghattab, he used to always stress upon Salatul Layl. His family, he will wake up. It was his habit. So let me just mention, Allah, please make a habit. Wake your kids up for Salah, or warn them when it is Salah time, guys. It's namaz time. And don't accept any excuses. Accept some like really emergency situation excuses. We human beings have lots of urgencies in life. I understand that. In that situation, yeah, give them a bit discount. But be watchful. As soon as they're done with whatever they were doing, then tell them, do your salah. It's salah time. Kashif al-Ghata used to wake up his kid. Namaz shab time, wake up. One day his son says, Baba. And he used to go to the haram and offer salah there with congregation. He says, Baba, I'll join you. You go and I'm on your way. He says, no, get up. I'm waiting here. He says, Baba shakes him. Wake up, son. It's namaz time. Let's go. Because father is right standing on his head. He can't skip him. So, okay, gets up. They go. While they are walking near the door of haram, please pay attention. It's a beauty. I love it. They see a beggar there. Ayatollah says, what do you think this man is doing here? Baba is questioning, begging for money. What he's doing here? I mean, it is such a simple question. He says, are you paying attention? He was here before us. Are you paying attention? Then he says, how much do you think people are going to give him? He says, maybe a dirham, a silver coin. Did you get it? He is here for 1 dirham. Ayatollah said, look at his trust in people. He has this much trust that, you know what, if I go early in the morning before Salatul Layl time, let's say today we have about 4 or 3 is our awwal waqt. That person is there about 2:30 to be in the way of people. He's kind of putting himself in display. Hey, namazis, I'm here. Please give me some money. I mean, help me out. An hour and a half ahead of Salatullah time, he has to be there. He said he has so much trust for one dirham. He has put his trust in people that he comes before they are. And you, my son, how much trust do you have in Allah's words, what He puts in Quran? وَأَنَّ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ مَفَازًا وَحَدَائِقَ وَأَعْنَابًا وَكَوَائِبَ أَتْرَابًا وَكَأْسًا دِهَاقًا لَا يَسْمَعُونَ فِيهَا لَغْوًا وَلَا كِذَّابًا إِلَى آخِرٍ. And then you heard the words, and I have no time to translate them, but lots of promises Allah made in Quran. Ayatollah says, you don't have trust in Allah equal to this man's trust in people. This is the state of your iman. His son is now, quivering with fear. Says, Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Baba, I promise you, I will never miss my Salatul Layl again. And he does that. Why it says he does that? He's always disciplined and punctual now. But did you pay attention to the message of this so well-versed expert in religion? Is it not mostly the case that we don't value the promise of Allah even equal to the value we give to the words of normal people? This is the calamity of our iman now. Isn't it? Allah says that let me give you one brief one. Lahum ma yasha'un, Quran says. You will have in paradise whatever you desire. You know how open-ended is that? Whatever you wish, you got it. Remember that genie kid, Aladdin, and genie appears, a big guy. These guys, they twisted it. US made cartoons when I was like young. I used to enjoy it. Yeah. But there's a message there. Do we rub the lamp of Allah Jalla Sha'anu's treasures? That requires some trust, right? That my Allah is going to give it to me. This is what it is. I can't make it more I can't bring it down. Please have a salawat. Yeah. Salawat. Dear brothers, saying 5 times, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Only and only you I worship. Only and only you I look forward for help. And ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, please keep me steadfast, resolute, determined, all these words, tenacious, never slipping away, never deserting salah, whatever you want to put, keep me on this path till the last breath of my life. When you are doing this, you are giving spiritual oxygen to your body plus your spirit. When your body obeys soul, soul must make this body reflect its teachings to the body. When body is the leader and spirit is ghulam to the body, obedient to the body will make this divine creation known as spirit to obey its carnal desires and humiliate it with its own services. जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, अगर अक्ल गालिब तो बदन गुलाम. अक्ल अपने खुदाई काम करवाएगी, और अगर बदन गालिब अक्ल गुलाम तो बदन अपने रदालत वाले खबासत वाले काम करवाएगा. Decision is up to us. What do we want to do? Do we want to give the lead to our intellect, our spirit, or do we want to give the control or remote control to our body? Remember, body has its own carnal type desires. Our spirit has its own desires. Spirit wants God, Rasulullah, Quran Kareem, Salah, Psalm, Hajj, truth, modesty, everything. Body, what our body wants. All the haram things is body's requirement. Trust me on this. Brothers, if I give my body that armor of salah, I'm putting on my body, I'm putting a shield against the threats outside. Wherever I am, I'll leave it up to you. Whichever example, at your workplace, improper dresses around you, the street you are driving, improper billboards, the computer screen you have, improper windows are opening on you. I don't know, whatever challenges you are facing. If you have proper shield on you, it's going to guard you against those threats and assaults. And if you leave without the shield, those threats are going to come kill your iman, yani. Was that simple? Now it's up to you. What do you want to do? You want to go without a protection? Or you want to go prepared? I'm going to go for a battle. Rasulullah says, and I finish with this hadith. A group, mu'mineen arrived after jihad. Rasulullah said, Barakallah fikum. Great job you did, but let's get ready for the Akbar jihad. People were quite scared. Ya Rasulullah, we had a fierce battle. Is there a bigger battle than this? He said, well, that's not to go to the battlefield. This jihad is jihad bin nafs. Now you gotta fight dangerous man inside you known as your nafs. How is it more tough? Is it more difficult? Because outward enemy is physical, it's tangible, I can see them. From which side are they gonna attack me? But this guy hides inside. It's unseeable, it's unperceptible, and very cunning. Most of the time, it will trick us, by saying what? Whatever he desires, basically, it's his desire. He will kind of whisper you, this is what Allah wants from you, man. You're doing great. وَيَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ يُحْسِنُونَ صُنْعًا. Quran says, Shaitan makes them look, you are doing a great job, man. While they are disobeying Allah. Nafs is making, Shaitan, I said, Nafs will make them obey him and portray to them, you're obeying your God. It also needs a ma'rifat. How do I know, am I obeying Shaitan or am I obeying Rahman? Well, look, whatever you are doing, is it in accordance with the Sunnah of Rasulullah? Is Imam Ali happy with us? If you present this amal, this very amal, to Imam Zaman, is he going to ratify it or going to deny it? That is the very easiest criterion. Now tonight, I want to mention a shaheed, which I guess in no human history has a likeness. Unparalleled, it's matchless. Asghar is 6 months old. This 6 months old, it kind of shook Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam Hussein took the holy body of Ali Akbar alayhi salam. But Imam came one way to the tents. Imam didn't stop on the way, did not go back and then return. But when he brought back the very small body of 6 months old Ali Asghar, we're going to do the Amal tomorrow. This Masoom Imam returns, steps forward to the khayma, returns, steps forward to the khayma, and repeats it 7 times. He himself didn't have faith to face the mother of Ali Asghar. How and what am I going to say to Rabah? You know what had happened? Abbas went, Ali Akbar went, all the Shuhada went. Now the son of Fatima is all by himself, alone, sitting in the Maidan Karbala. And this is where he steps forward a bit and starts speaking those words of Ghurbat. He says, Hal min nasirin yansuruna. Is there a single person who can help me? Hal min dhabbin yadhubbu an harami Rasulullah. Is there a single person who can protect the family of Rasulullah? Imam continues. Aziz Maqtal says that when Imam started speaking this certain way, which he had not uttered something like this all day, 2 things were impacted right away. Number 1, the ajsad, the holy bodies of Shuhada started trembling on the ground of Karbala. Kaap gaye lashe. The second was قَدْ إِرْتَفَعَتْ أَصْوَاتُ النِّسَاءِ فِي الْخِيَامِ. Khawateen, the daughters of Fatima to Zahra and Ali, their voices with crying were loudly heard. Imam comes to the tent, says, Zainab, I'm still alive. Why are you guys crying? Bibi Zainab says, Bhaiya, the way you were speaking to the enemy, to the killers of Abbas, to the killers of Akbar, we could not take it that, Hal min nasirin yansuruna. And then Bibi Kulthum says, Bhai, brother, when you were saying those lines, Nanna Ali Asghar, he dropped himself from his cradle. Jhule se gira diya Asghar ne. Hazarat Imam Hussein takes Ali Asghar in his arms and covers him. It's blazing desert outside. Covers Ali Asghar with his abba. Now the dushman, the enemy, reports that the common, the widespread impression of Imams coming out in this way was that now Imam Hussein is bringing a Quran Kareem and gonna give wasita of Quran. It was a true Quran. This Quran was Ali Asghar. Ali Asghar Imam brings in front of the army, and Imam stands in front of them. Remember, the enemy is those who just killed all of his relatives, his sons, his brothers, and everybody. Imam speaks to them in a very unique way. He says, listen, maybe if you think I have done something wrong, I have wronged you. There's no mistake of this Saghir. This small baby has done anything for you, nothing against you. If you think I'm going to drink the water, please take this baby and you yourself give him some water. While listening to this, all the Khemaga loudly started crying. Bibi Zainab was weeping, looking at the state of Imam Hussein. Azizo, let me ask you something. When this thing happened, Ibn Sa'ad saw that the army, there was a revolution in it. People, they start crying. They were human beings. They had their children. Somebody who was holding a spear, they dropped their spears. Many people, they dropped their swords from their hands. When Ibn Sa'ad sees this, he calls loudly, Aina Hormala, Hormalat ibn Kahil. This man was the best archer. Tirandaz tha. Hormala came. Ibn Sa'ad said, Iqta' kalam al-Hussein. Cut off the word of Hussein. And people who know the Arabic kalam, they know that he meant it. cut Ali Asghar off. He is gonna cause my army to rebel, and my people like Hor are gonna start going to the side of Imam Hussein. Azadaro, this Hormala, he took out an arrow. Was it an ordinary arrow? No, it was a three-headed arrow. Three-headed arrow. Nowadays, I ask normally a question to myself. For babies, for kids, for immunization, they have a unique needle. It's a very small, tiny needle. Nowadays, Hormala, do you know what is your target? Who are you going to hit with this huge arrow? And you know what, as per Rawayat, the weight of the arrow, this arrow was made for animals, for horses or animals like lions, and to hunt them down. Hormala puts that arrow in his bow, and now when he's about to leave this arrow, Ya Ali, when Mukhtar captured him, he says, La'nati, what did you do? I'll report a piece of it. He said, you know what, Mukhtar, when I was about to leave my arrow from my bow, I could visualize a lady wearing all black. A lady in black, she will put her hand on and hit on her head and on her chest. And he will say, Hormala, Hormala, look at the weight and size of your arrow. And look at the weight and body of my Asghar. It does not match it. He said, for once my hand was shaken and the arrow was about to drop from my hand. He said, the same scene repeated thrice. Ibn Sa'd looked at me. He said, Hormala, what's wrong with you? You are my best archer. What's going on? He said, I got some strength and then I was able to stretch my bow. He said, when I reported that arrow did two things, Mukhtar. He said, قَدْ ذَبَحَ عَلَيَّ الصَّغَرَ مِنَ الْأُذُنِ إِلَى الْأُذُنِ. You know what does it mean? I'll put it in my way. Arrow does what? Arrow pierces something, it makes a hole. But this arrow, Ibn Hormala says that this arrow slaughtered Ali Asghar from one ear to the other ear. And then he said it went with so much threshold and momentum. After cutting the neck of Ali Asghar, this arrow went pierced into the arm of Imam Hussein. And Ali Asghar was kind of hanging with the arm of Imam Hussein. ये मजलूम इस तीन शोबों वाले तीर के जोर से इमाम के बाजू पे लटक गया। अजीजों, खेमे में फिजा खड़ी थी दरवाजे पर और जनाब रबाब फिजा के पीछे। फिजा, मेरे बेटे को जब पानी पिला दे तो मुझे बता देना, माँ के दिल को थोड़ा आसरा हो जाए। 3 दिन की भूख और प्यास, माँ का दूध खुश्क। अजीजों, फिजा की चीख बुलंद हुई, कहा बीबी एक बहुत बड़ा लाइन है जिसका नाम हुरमला है, उसने 3 शोबे वाला तीर अब लगाया है कमान में, आपके बच्चे की खैर नहीं। अजीजों, बड़ा दर्दनाक जुमला, बड़ा दर्दनाक मक्तल। आपने सुना ना, जब वो तीर सितम चला और जाकर उस नन्हे से मासूम गले को उसने काटा। मक्तल का जुमला मैं शायद ना दे सकूं, लेकिन कह देता हूं, यतमलमल अला सदर अबी है कत्तैल मदबूह। जैसे परिंदे को ज़बा करने पर परिंदा फड़फड़ाता है, अली असगर ऐसे अपने बाप के सीने में फड़फड़ा के अली असगर परिंदे की तरह फड़फड़ा गया। अज़ादारो बस्ती तीरे सितम इमाम हुसैन के जिगर पे लगा। इमाम हुसैन ने खुदा की कसम, बस आखिरी जुमला, किसी शहीद की मौत पर मुझे आपको याद नहीं किया, अब्बास की मौत पर मुझे आपको याद नहीं किया, अली अकबर का लाशा उठा लिया, कासिम का लाशा ले याद नहीं किया, लेकिन जब ये तीर आकर असगर के गले को काटा तो कहा, शियाती लैतकुम फी यौम आशूरा, मेरे शियो काश तुम होते आशूर के दिन, राह तुम देखते मैंने अपने नन्हे असगर के लिए अपने नाना की उम्मत को ढूंढ पानी उन्होंने मुझे ढूंढ पानी का अला लानतुल्लाहि अलल कौमि ज़ालिमीन वसयअलमु अल्लज़ीना ज़लमू अय्युम मुनक़लबिन यनक़लिबून। परवरदिगार आलम बिहक़्क़े शहज़ादा अली असग़र अलैहिस्सलाम की मेरी तमाम माँ बहनों बेटियों की गोदियाँ हमेशा आबाद रख। परवरदिगारा तुझे वास्ता मजलूम अली असग़र का हम सब के बच्चों को अपनी हिफ्ज़ व अमान में महफूज रख। परवरदिगारा हमें इस मुआशरे के फसाद अखलाक़ी और अक़ीदती से महफूज रख। हमें अपने आप को पाबंदी से नमाज पढ़ के और तक़वा और शर्म व हया इख्तियार करके इस गुनाह के मुआशरे में बचने की तौफीक व कामयाबी अता फरमा। अल्लाहुम्मा अज्जिल लिवलिय्यिकल फ़रज वजअलना मिन आवानिही व अंसारिही व अस्हाबिही मातम हुसैन या 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 हुसैन।
झूला तो नजर आएगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा, झूला तो नजर आएगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा। अरे अब सारी खुदाई में, अब सारी खुदाई में असग़र ना मिलेगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा, झूला तो नजर आएगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा। अब झूला झुलाने की को तरस जाएंगी बाहें, हर खैमे में कभी दस्त में ढूंढेंगी निगाहें, थक जाएंगी ये आँखें, थक जाएंगी ये आँखें, असग़र ना मिलेगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा, झूला तो नजर आएगा, असग़र समझे मिलेगा, झूला तो नजर आएगा। अब झूला झुलाने को तरस जाएंगी बाहें, अब झूला झुलाने को तरस जाएंगी बाहें, ओ खैमे में कभी दश्त में ढूंढेंगी निगाहें, थक जाएंगी ये आँखें, अरे थक जाएंगी ये आँखें, असग़र ना मिलेगा, असग़र ना मिलेगा, झूला तो नजर समझिए का, झूला तो नजर, ये सोच के रोता है मेरा दिल भी तड़प कर, उस वक्त को पहलू में असगर ना मिलेगा, असगर ना मिलेगा। झूला तो नजर गा, झूला तो नजर तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूलाऊं। मैं ख्वाब में असगर तुझे, मैं ख्वाब में असगर तुझे लोरी भी सुनाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे लौटाओ सफर से के बड़ी देर हुई है, लौटाओ सफर से के बड़ी देर हुई है। बेताबो हूँ कब से तुझे, बेताबो हूँ कब से तुझे सीने से लगाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं। कोई मुझे बतलाता नहीं तेरी निशानी, कोई मुझे बतलाता नहीं तेरी निशानी। बरसात में तीरों की है, बरसात में तीरों की कहाँ ढूंढने जाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं। बाबा से तेरी तेरा जनाजा ना उठेगा, बाबा से तेरा जनाजा ना उठेगा। रुक जा जरा आवास को, रुक जा जरा आवास को, दरिया से बुला लूं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं। ये मुँह भरा कुर्ता, ये मट्टी में भरे बाल, ये मुँह भरा कुर्ता, ये मट्टी में भरे बाल। सीने में छुपा के, सीने में छुपा के मैं आँखों से लगा लूं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, झूलाऊं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं, झूला झूलाऊं, तुझे झूलाऊं मैं, तुझे झूला झूलाऊं। आगाज हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, आगाज हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का। आगाज कभी के कहानी का आगाज हो रहा है, आगाज हो रहा है लोगों ये जनाजा है इस्लाम के बानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है का। बीबी ने कहा बाबा करबल पे चले आना, बीबी ने कहा बाबा करबल में चले आना, मंज़र मैं दिखाऊंगी अकबर की जवानी का, लोगों ये जनाजा है इस्लाम के बानी का, हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, करबल की कहानी का। कट जाएंगे बाजू भी अबा से बाबा के, कट जाएंगे बाजू भी अबा से बाबा के, तीरों से होगा छलनी मशकी सब पानी का, लोगों ये जनाजा है इस्लाम के बानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा कहानी का। बिखरेगा करबला में कासों के सर का सहरा, बिखरेगा करबला में कासों के सर का सहरा, खुशियाँ समेट लेगा आलम वो वीरानी का, लोगों ये जनाजा है इस्लाम के बानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का। रोते थे फरिश्ते भी जब अर्ज़ू हो संभाल, रोते थे फरिश्ते भी जब अर्ज़ और समा, रोते थे फरिश्ते भी जब अर्ज़ू समा, ताबूत उठ रहा है इमरान के जाने का, लोगों ये जनाजा है इस्लाम के बानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का, आगाज़ हो रहा है करबल की कहानी का।
या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन। इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, एक ज़र्ब यदुल्लाही, एक सजदा शबीरी, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम न भूले दो बात हशर तक भी, इस्लाम न भूलेगा दो हशर तक भी जिंदा में सकीना है, जिंदा में सकीना है, ज़ैनब की असीरी। इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, दो चीजें ही ऐसी हैं इस्लाम की आंखों में, दो चीजें ही ऐसी हैं इस्लाम की आंखों में, मक्तल में खड़ी ज़ैनब और गुरबत शबीरी। इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो। इस्लाम न भूलेगा दो काम मुसलमान के, इस्लाम न भूलेगा दो काम मुसलमान के, एक पहलू वो ज़हरा का, सकीना की यतीमी भी। इस्लाम के दामन में तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में इस्लाम भी रोता है हाथों पे अब तक भी, इस्लाम भी रोता है दो बातों पे अब तक भी, एक तशनगी असगर की, दरिया का वो पानी भी। इस्लाम के दामन में भी तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीज। ममनून नजर आते हैं ज़ैनब के ये मज़हर, ममनून नजर आते हैं ज़ैनब के ये मज़हर, शबीर का सजदा हो या ज़र्बे यदुल्लाही। इस्लाम के दामन में बस दो ही तो चीजें हैं, इस्लाम के दामन में।
हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, 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 हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन। ज़हरा का लाडला बेजुर मुँह बेखता, है मारा गया, है मारा गया, गुरबत की हो ये सब है बेपर्दा, हो ज़ैनब है करती है हो रो रो कर, ज़ैनब यही बुआ। हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या। सब मिलके हुसैन या हुसैन, वो जो लहू लहू है, खालिक की आबरू है है शाह करबला मैं तलक खुदा ममनू है तेरा, ममनू है तेरा। तू हक का वो रहबर है नबियों से वो बढ़तर है तेरे ही हसद पे में वो बाकी है दो जहां। हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन। माता हुसैन या हुसैन, ज़ैनब को बस ये गम है इस बात का अलम है। बरखा के नैनवा ज़हरा के लाल का लाशा पड़ा रहा, लाशा पड़ा रहा। ज़ैनब को हयात आई भैया की वो तन्हाई, जबरन से हो जाता था वो प्यासों का कारवां। हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन। रोई हुई सकीना क्या सी है वो पसीना, देती रही सदा गोहर मेरे छिने दामन भी जल गया, दामन भी जल गया। सुना ये वो सहरा है बाबा वो जंगल में ये दुखिया ओ मखदल में ढूंढे तुझे कहाँ। हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन। बाबा को रोने वाली सीने पे सोने वाली अब सारी जिंदगी बाबा को रोएगी, कैसे वो सोएगी, कैसे वो सोएगी। घबरा कर खैमों से वो निकलेगी प्यासी वो ढूंढेगी ओ है बाबा ओ लाशों के दरमियां। हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन। हश्र में रंग लाएगा खूने शहीदा देखना, हश्र में रंग लाएगा खूने शहीदा देखना, हश्र में रंग लाएगा देखना, हश्र में रंगला ये शहीदा देखना। आएंगी जब फातिमा, आएंगी जब फातिमा हाले परेशान देखना, हश्र में रंग लाएगा उन्हें शहीदा देखना हश्र में रंग लाएगा, ता देखना हश्र में रंग शहीदा देखना। रूबरू बाबा की जब खातून जन्नत आएंगी, खाली झोली से बड़े कौनैन को दिखलाएंगी। फिर यकीन कराएगा, फिर यकीन कराएगा, महशर का मैदान देखना हश्र में रंग लाएगा, उन्हें शहीदा देखना हश्र में रंग लाएगा, देखना हश्र में रंग लाएगा, देखना। असगरे मासूम के लब पर सवाल आब है, बूंद पानी के लिए वो किस कदर बेताब है। नहर से पानी नहीं, नहर से पानी नहीं देते मुसलमान, देखना हश्र में रंग शहीदा देखना हश्र में रंग, उन्हें शहीदा देखना। ज़ैनबो कुलसूम से कहता था शिमर बदगौहर, ज़ैनबो कुलसूम से कहता था शिमर बदगौहर, शाम में जाऊंगी नंगे सर फिरेगी दर बदर, करबला के बाद अब, करबला के बाद अब तारीख जिंदा देखना हश्र में रंग आएगा, का देखना हश्र में रंग। मौला हक इमाम या हसन या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, सब मातम करें भाई, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन वो आबिदे बीमार था, वो आबिदे बीमार था, वो आबिदे बीमार था, वो आबिदे बीमार था, वो चलने से जो लाचार था, चलने से जो लाचार था, और शाम का बाजार था, और शाम का बाजार था, ही मुस्तफा की बेटियां हक मौला इमाम हसन या हुसैन, मौला हक इमाम हसन या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, शबीर की वो लाडली, शबीर की पली सीने पे जो शाह के पली सीने पे जो पली, जिसकी अबाबन में जली, की अबाबन में जली, कमाचों के इमाम या हुसैन, मौला इमाम हसन या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, मौला इमाम के ज़हरा तौफीक ये अता हो, मरने से पहले और दीदार कर बला हो। सब मिलिए हारा बिहार कर बला हो। अरे जो अर्ज कर बला है हर अर्ज से सिवा है इस खाक करबला में शह का लहू मिला है हर शह का लहू मिला है हर ला दवा मर्ज की ये खाक ही दवा हो। मरने से पहले यारा दीदार कर बला हो। यारा बेहा के अरे मैं भी तो मातमी हूँ जाकिर हूँ सैयदा का नौहा पड़ा है मैंने हम शक्ल मुस्तफा का हम शक्ल मुस्तफा का इस जाकिरी का मेरी किस्मत में ये सिला हो। मरने से पहले यारा दीदार कर बला हो। यारा बेहा के भला हो। यारा बेहा के ज़हरा तौफीक ये बुला मरने से पहले यारा दीदारे कर बला हो। सलवा
अस्सलामु अलैकुम या रसूलल्लाह या वली अल्लाह अली मुर्तज़ा अमीरुल मुमिनीन अस्सलामु अलैकी या खदीजतुल कुबरा उम्मुल मुमिनीन अस्सलामु अलैकी या सिद्दीक़तुत ताहिरा फातिमतुज़ ज़हरा सय्यदतुन निसाइल आलमीन अस्सलामु अलैका या हसनल मुज्तबा करीम अहमद अस्सलामु अलैका या अबा अब्दिल्लाह वअला अल-अरवाह अल्लती हल्लत बिफिनाइक अलैका मिन्नी सलामुल्लाहि अबदा मा बकी व बकी अल-लैल वन-नहार वला जअलल्लाहु आखिरल अहद मिन्नी लिज़ियारतिकुम अस्सलामु वअला अलिय्यिन वअला औलाद वअला وأخيك يا أبا الفضل العباس وبنتك سكينة ورقيا جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين ومحمد بن علي علم النبيين وجعفر بن محمد بن جعفر. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء ومعين الضعفاء والفقراء السلطان أبا الحسن مولانا علي بن موسى كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدي في يوم الجزاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي التقي الجواد وعلي بن محمد النقي الهادي والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان سيدي الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن وشريك القرآن وكعبة الإيمان. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بلشنا على البيت.